Oh, there it goes.
There you go.
Looking at you, Marina.
Hi.
Here's looking at Marina. Woohoo! Okay, we need to do this. There we go. I think we're good, Marina. Woohoo!
Yay!
How many people does it take to do a YouTube live? Apparently, a lot more than what we thought. All right, I'm all set. How about you?
I have my song.
Woohoo! As a greasy crocodile. Okay.
There you go.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Joyce from BoQ Creations, and I am joined here today by Miss Marino, my recording buddy. Miss Marina has been here now for 2 of our recordings.
Yeah. Well,
So you're gonna help me do this gorgeous sign today.
maybe.
Maybe. Oh, we're gonna get through it. We're gonna get through it. I just need to grab my phone to make sure Miss Bobby is on, because she was joining us today to learn how to do this. So we will just make sure real quick that she's on, and I'll run the next one. All right. Marina, tell them to give me just a second. We gotta put the last piece on the laser. So just a second. We gotta put the last piece on the laser. So
It's okay. Well, she said I'm running to the machine.
Is Bobby there?
Let me check it out because it's not going to be echo if I have my phone. There's 2 watching.
Is there somebody watching?
There's 2. Checking. No. Nope. Now I say 1. It's me. On my end, it's only showing 1.
Huh?
It's showing 1.
Okay, let's see. I hope Bobby found us. I'm going to call her because give us just a second, guys, because I know Bobby was going to join us. So I'm just going to make sure she's on, and then we'll get started.
Yeah, because I have it on silence on my end, but I can see the chat live.
Hey, did you find us?
There you go, 2 watching.
Yes, ma'am. I'm giving you the okay sign. Do you see me? Okay, good. Then you're on with us live. All right. Okay, it's recorded, so you'll be able to. I just want to make sure you were back on. Okay. All right, honey. Bye. Okay. Hello, everybody. This is Joyce from BoQ Creations. Sorry, we're having a little bit of difficulty learning the YouTube. It's kind of different than what we've been used to using at OBS. So give us a couple of weeks. We'll get it straight. All right. We got Marina here today, and Marina and I are doing, yeah, go ahead. I can see your hands. There you go. Marina and I are doing the Grinch was here sign. Can I see your picture? It was with your,
it's on the,
yeah.
It's on the machine.
And on this particular one, these snowflakes are etched into the background. You may not have this particular one. So let me show you the other 6. So depending on which sign kit you ordered, you may have ones with etched snowflakes like this one. This one is unique to the Grinch was here sign, which is what Marina and I are going to do today. And so depending on which kit you ordered, you may have a different background. For Marina and I, we're not going to do anything with our background because we're going to leave it natural. See, so on the sign, it's natural. So we're going to be painting this part of it, and I'm going to show you how to get that gorgeous likeness of him right there. And we're just going to have some fun making this today, okay? All right. So Marina, you and I are not going to do anything with this background because we're going to leave it natural and let these snowflakes kind of be part of our painting, okay? So we're going to set that aside, and then we're going to get our, I don't know, let's start with this one. This piece, which is the next layer. Can I have our ears real quick all together? Okay, so let me show you the layers that are in this particular kit. You have this one, which is going to have the white and the Grinch was here down at the bottom. Then you have the next layer that's going to have the snow part of it. And then you're going to have the next layer that has his little claws hanging over and his face. And don't worry, you don't have to paint the layers underneath. So there's no reason to paint all the layers, all the colors, because, you know, we're only going to use part of it. So when it is put together, that's how it goes. And again, this is the Grinch was here sign. The rest of them kind of follow the same type of suit, but they're not exact. So this is just happens to be the Grinch was here sign. Nice not to do it all. I know. I think we should have to do all of them today. What do you think? Okay.
No.
So usually Marina asked me a really good question earlier. She said, why are you using gesso instead of white paint? And I'm going to say this much, because the gesso, it is so white and it covers everything. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it covers absolutely the wood on the first time. I'm going to show you what happens when you use white acrylic paint. It just does not come out the same. So if you're going to use a white paint, why don't you use acrylic or white chalk paint? If you use the white acrylic paint, just be prepared to put a couple of layers on. I want to show you mine versus Marina's. And so I'm just going to take my paintbrush here and I'm going to paint that white. So you can see that, yes, I'm getting good coverage on here, but it's going to take a couple of coats, because when I put the gesso on, as opposed to this side, you can see that when it dries, I have coverage. Look at that, Marina. Look at the difference between the acrylic and the gesso. It covers it in the first coat. So if you got a kit from me, you'll have little paint pots in it, and those paint pots will contain white, which is actually the gesso. So you'll have something like this, and it'll have the colors in it. The white one is not acrylic paint. It is gesso. It just makes it easier to cover. And Marina, the thing that everybody asks me is, do you want me to paint the sides? No, don't paint the sides. Because what ends up happening is if you paint the sides, you have to paint the sides everywhere on the thing.
Oh, mesmerized.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It gets to be a lot when you get, especially up in these little cracks and crevices. So we're just gonna paint the top coat. If you want to put some wax or something or some acrylic paint along the edge when you get done painting, that is absolutely fine. But really, it's hanging on the door, and people are not going to be inspecting it from, you know, the ground up. You know what I mean? So if they do, tell them to stop looking that close. It's handmade. So that's probably as far up as you need to go. Keep in mind that you're going to be layering these guys. So painting over things that you don't need to paint just wastes your paint. Just waste your paint.
How many layers normally use?
It should be, that's it. Because remember, we're going to have the Grinch was here down at the bottom, and we're going to have other layers painted over that. You know, we're going to glue the other layers on top. So I just kind of give it a good coat the first time, because this one is not going to be seen very much, but you definitely want to make sure that you coat it with a liberal coat the first time. Okay. While we have our white, so that's all I'm going to paint on that one is just right to there, because on our, we have other parts. If you look, I'm going to set this aside to dry. We have snowflakes that we need to paint as well. So I, again, use the white gesso. We have paper towels, Marina. We're probably going to need one of those. I just take my snowflakes and I lay them on a paper towel, and I use the same gesso paint that I used for the white, just because it makes those snowflakes covered in the first time around. And since we're leaving our background natural, I'm going to show you a trick. My paintbrush is falling apart. Legit. Look at that. That's funny. Somebody ought to get this artist a better set of tools, huh? Paintbrush is falling apart.
It's going to work.
It's still going to work. I just have to hold it. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to get the paint on your brush and then just kind of tap it off on your paper towel a little bit, because if you don't, it's going to get soaked into all those little spaces. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you don't want it, like gathering in that little hole there. So just try not to hit these smaller pieces with a lot of that white gesso, or you're going to get uneven coating on it,
Yep.
So just go lightly, set it aside, paint it, paint your snowflakes just like that, and then set it aside. And then I haven't even gone back in for more paint yet. I'm still using the same paint that I loaded my brush with just a minute ago, because I want it to spread, but I don't want it to get all down inside my. And we're gonna zhuzh this up, Marina. We're gonna give this a little bit more life because we can,
Well, I have the problem you said.
Yep, that's okay. If you just take, if that happens to you,
Mhm.
then just take your paintbrush corner and kind of go around in a circle like that, and then just brush it out again. It'll be all right. Again, people are not going to be looking at this so close that they're going to notice you got paint in your hole there. You know what I mean? Okay. Now the last part that we are going to paint white. Again, I'm going to put these aside to dry. We're going to need another paper towel probably. I did try to use, actually we probably may not. I did try to use a plate underneath, a piece of paper underneath here, but I painted it to the paper and my Grinch stuck to the paper. So yeah, it didn't work out so well for me. Okay. So on the Grinch face itself, you've got this white area here and this white area. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. If you're not a master painter, an artist like Picasso, it's okay if you go out of the lines. Let me show you something. You see these score lines along this hat here, that kind of border that you have? Don't worry about trying to stay in the border like that, because that's going to make you nuts. Don't worry about that. Just paint, making sure that the inside of that is coated. You see that? I'm not even really worrying. I'm not taking a special paintbrush and making sure that I'm going around the edges, because I've got a trick for you. We're gonna clean that up. No worries. And all I'm doing is just painting straight across. Okay. So no worries. Don't worry about whether or not you're out of the lines, because I promise you it's not going to matter in just a minute. Okay. So, and also your little ball here. Just kind of do the best you can. If you got to go over that line, it's all right. You guys will see it will come to life in just a moment. You want to get the inside of it all painted. Don't worry if you go over the lines. Again, it's not a big deal. Like I'm not a master.
I'm an icon of a painter.
And so this is why I love this gesso, because it coats first time. If you want to go back and add a second coat, it doesn't hurt anything, but it covers the first time and you don't have to worry about whether or not it's going to be perfect. You know what I mean? I'm going to go ahead and put my brush in this water. I might as well just throw it away because it's like really yucky, but we might need it again. So I'll hold on. And just so everybody knows, I am wearing my GRINCHMAS apron today. Let me see if we can see my GRINCHMAS apron. There we go. All right, how you doing, Marina?
I still missing the pom-pom.
Yep, you're good. See, don't worry if you go. Let me show them. See how Marina went over this line right here? It's not going to matter, because when we do our last and final part for this, all of that is going to be covered anyway. So no worries. Paint like you did when you were in kindergarten.
I painted with my fingers.
It is okay. Well, maybe not with your fingers. we want to make a step up and at least do a brush, right?
Well, is they painted us like kindergarten? And that was with my fingers. In macaroni.
Because they're tools.
Exactly.
Finger tools.
There you go.
All right.
Ready.
What color would you like to paint next? Red?
Yeah.
You know what? We ought to
Oh,
do
right.
our letters so they can dry. So let's grab another paper towel
Paper.
and we will do our letters. Your kit, sorry guys, I'm eating pretzels. Your kit may be a little different depending on what you chose. In this one, ours says Grinch was here. So we need to spell the words out, make sure we're painting the correct side because I did that the other day. I was painting and my letter was backwards. I had to repaint it. Okay.
How was the end? Here. Oh, there you go.
You can always tell on the letters because right here on the edge, let me see if you can see it. Right there on the edge, do you see the overburn? Right here, these little brown spots, that's the back. So you always know whether or not you've got the front or the back based on if there's overburn. All right, so let's spell them out. H-E-R-E. And then our W-A-S. And I'm painting them right on this little paper towel here so that I can overpaint and not be, and have it not be bad. All right, so I got you another paintbrush, Marina. Look at how prepared I am. All right, so for this one, we are using Holiday Green by Craft Smart, but really any of the greens will do. Dark green, light green, it doesn't matter. We just happen to be doing Holiday Green, which is kind of a green, you know what I mean? So all I'm going to do is just draw out some of my paint. Again, I want to make sure that I'm not getting a big glob of paint. And then I'm just going to tap it on my paper towel. So that way the end of my brush is not loaded with paint. And then I'm just going to start painting my letters. And all you have to do really is just, if they're all like laid out together, you can just kind of paint across. And it's okay if it gets on your paper towel. That's what it's there for. And we're just going to paint all of these letters. Again, not worrying about whether the side gets painted or not, because it's going to drive you crazy if you try to paint all of those edges. There we go. I would say, isn't this therapeutic? As my little dot keeps flipping over. No, it's not therapeutic. It's driving me nuts. But you see how these letters they paint very easy. Just flatten your paintbrush into the paint like this. I kind of take my paintbrush and I draw a little bit of it out. That way it spreads the paint evenly across the width of the brush. And then it helps you to be able to run your brush down and get some good color. If you have the acrylic paint pens, they work for this, but I would recommend not wasting all of the paint in your acrylic paint pen, painting all these letters when it's just as easy to do it this way. You know immediately if your brush is too overloaded because it will start drowning your letter the second that you go to paint it. So, just be aware. It doesn't take a lot. And Marina and I are going to do something fun with the letters when we get done. So they've got to have their base coat first. So that's what we're going to do here. It's not difficult, you guys. There is not much to this. I believe kids could do this. I think it's fun.
I like it. I'm greenish.
You're Grinch? You're Grinchy green?
Yeah, I'm greenish.
Hey, if you don't have it on your hands, you're not doing it right.
I'm greenish.
You got to get paint on you.
Well, unless I don't have it on my face.
No, you don't have paint. Well, you do have paint on your face, but it's not green paint.
No, it's not.
Marina's all prepared for the holidays. She has a sparkly tattoo on her face.
Yes.
Sparkly. Okay. So you can hit it, again, if you feel like there's not enough paint on it, you can go back and do a second coat. Just try to give it a minute or two to dry a little bit. I know my G needs some help. There we go. How's yours coming? Grinch was here. The cool thing about using a paper towel is if you do accidentally get some overload, like I did on my end right here, I can just move the letter and it won't dry with the. So we're just taking the Grinch was here.
Yeah, there's only the E that's, but that's it.
Okay. I'm going to set these aside to dry. Let's see what else. We've got our snowflakes over here drying.
Really?
We got our Grinch drying. I think we should go for the light blue before we go for his face. What do you think?
Well, we have the green.
So go ahead and rinse out your brush, Marina, and then we will we'll go ahead and get our light blue. You want me to change the water?
No, that's fine.
We got kind of a mint green water going on over here.
Minty.
Yeah, it's kind of mint green here. Go ahead and dry your brush out. All right, I will be right back. We got to change our water. Both of us are dirty. We got some clean water. There we go. Clean water for us. Sorry for that brief intermission. And I have my piece here that we're going to be doing in light blue. So we'll go ahead and get that out. Marina's got it there already. Look at her all prepared. Mine does not want to come out of the form. Let's see. Sometimes that happens. You know, these are all handmade. Luckily, yours does not come that way because I have it already done for you. I have it already taken out. Okay. If you happen to find a little, I don't know how yours is, Marina, but mine has a little bit of a edge on it. Yep. So we're going to get our sanding tool out in just 1 second. Or you can just clip that off with a pair of scissors. So
it's coming off.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. You can clip it off with a pair of scissors. Sometimes there are natural knots in the wood and the laser will skip over them and it kind of creates these little shards here. But I'm not worried about what the back looks like because guess what? It's going to be glued down to the sign. We just don't want anybody to see this from the front. So if you have any of those little jagged things that are poking out of your paper, then go ahead, out of your sign, then go ahead and just push it through to the back and you will see that it pops right out of there. Well, maybe it pops right out of there. Maybe not. We might have to get mean with it. There you go. All right. I wonder if this is going to be one of those projects that take us 47 brushes to do. What do you think?
Maybe 30.
30? All right. I'm using pale blue from Craft Smart, but any light blue paint will work. And all we're going to be painting on this guy is this part right here, blue. That's all we're going to see. And I know that because when I look at my design here, this layer, we've already painted the white. Now we need to paint the light blue. So that's where that is coming from. And again, don't worry if you go out of the lines. All we're concerned about is that we are going to paint this light blue. We may have to put a second coat over this because this is kind of a cheap paint. But it was a pretty color and I liked it, so I went with it. The thinner the paint, the more you're going to have to coat. So we might end up having to put a second coat over this. We'll check it in just a minute. But this part right here is going to be covered by the Grinch face. So no worries. If you do like this and you need to overpaint, it's okay. This part is going to be covered by another layer. So that makes these really easy to paint. So just pay attention to your picture. My way is not the only way. If you want to paint them purple, then you go ahead and paint it purple. It's whatever you want to do. And what a great gift. I'm just saying this, if somebody gave me a hand painted door sign to hang on my door, I'd be really excited. I'm going to put this one on the door of my mom's rehab room, because that way she, everybody who walks by will be able to see her cute little Grinch sign.
Everybody's going to be jealous.
I know they're all going to say, wait a minute, where can I get one of those? But it's okay, because on the back of it, it'll say lovingly made by BoQ Creations. There we go. How cute is that, Marina? Oh, you're so good. I just went all up in the thing there, and good job. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to let that dry. So we've got all these things in various states of completion over here. And now we're going to do our Grinch. So Marina, I would go ahead and rinse your paintbrush out, because we're going to switch colors again. I have a little rag standing by. If I get paint on the table, it's no worries. No worries. I want to paint the red next. I'm kind of feeling red. That's burgundy. Let's get the red. Conversely, if you use the white gesso, you also might want to use the black gesso if you're doing black. I had holiday red here because I put it in everybody's kit. These are sublimation paints. I think I put it in this one yesterday. If not, we can grab one from the table over there. Let me see if it's in this. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. This one's called Holiday Red. So it's just whatever color you choose. If you like the red that you have, then hi, Ann. Happy Sunday to you too. What you doing today? So we have holiday green and holiday red. This must be the two colors that you use for the holidays.
Yeah, that's the normal colors that come in for the holidays.
So red and green must be the two that we have for the holiday. Okay. So again, do not worry if your red hat right here, don't drive yourself crazy trying to paint inside that line. Just paint over it. It's not going to hurt anything. And I'm going to show you how to fix it in just a minute. So I just go right along that edge right here and then just paint. Just don't get into the white part in this area there. Okay. If you have to get on that little border, it's fine. Because we're going to end up covering that anyway. And I'm just going to come down here, and this is such a fun, easy project to do on a weekend with some kids. You know, it makes a cute door sign that can be hung on any kind of door, front door, back door, bedroom door. It doesn't matter.
Well, for me, it's going to need, because I need to change my wreath from Christmas.
You got to change it for Christmas.
Yeah, the wreath Christmas I have is almost like 5 years old. So this is a good thing.
This is a good way to
Change it.
Yep. So you just want to make sure that the middle of the hat is painted. Okay. Watching football. Who's winning?
Who are playing?
Yeah, I don't even know who's playing. My Dolphins, I think, because my husband said they started at 9:30.
Oh, my neighbors are going to be all crazy now. They got a tiki bar, so that's why they use it.
Well, at least they use it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, the next one that I'm going to suggest, before you start painting the Grinch, I take a look at my picture, because a lot of this is going to be black. All right. So you want to make sure that you do your Grinch next. So again, we're going to use the Deco Art Citron Green. This is my favorite Grinch green. And Marina and I are going to have our green here. Okay. Now, Marina, I have 2 paintbrushes. We might need this little one and this one. I doubt we're going to need that one, but we'll get it out just in case. So I'm going to start with this little angled brush, but any small brush will do, just because I want to come in here and I want to paint up to the eye line, but not into the eye. See that? I'm going to paint around his eyes. I'm going to go around his nose, paint the bridge. And you see how I'm just painting right over those lines? See that? I'm not even worried about it. Again, I'm going to show you how we fix that.
Touch the hat.
I told you to put an apron on, not stick your sleeve in it.
No, is that I touched the hat.
Okay, so I'm just going around the features that I know are going to give me a hard time with a big brush. And I'm just like with the eyes right here. Most people would want to sit here and go inside all of those little lines. But guess what? You don't have to do that. Just go like that and make a rounded edge. And you'll see in a few minutes, I promise. Trust the process. I'm just making it a little bit easier on myself to go to the edge here. And again, as long as you are painting within that border right here, it's okay if you go over. And don't try to paint the whole thing with this little tiny paintbrush. Just do your edges that you know are going to cause you a problem with the big brush. And then no worries. So kind of put a mask on him. I think that's going to be the best way to explain it. And if you happen to get up in those lines, it's okay. He's going to look like a hot mess for a minute, but it's all right. Okay. And once I have his mask on like that, I can now go back in with the big brush to make my life easier and just paint over this whole thing. Just like this. I know Marina's like, what are you doing?
Am I copying you? I'm trying to copy you.
You really want me to just paint all over that? Yes, I do. And I'm just going to paint over all the way to the edge, not worrying about any of those lines that are underneath me. And then I want to make sure I get up here as well on his little brow. There we go. Right now I'm just going back in and adding that second coat and smoothing it flat so that way, there you go. Smoothing it flat, just making sure that I have my paint all the way up to the edges. Beautiful. Look at him. He's a hot mess right now, but that's okay. And you see how very little paint you and I both used. In the kits, I send the little paint pots, and you should have more than enough in your kit to paint him. If you have a big Grinch or a lot of green to paint, I sent you a couple extra little green pots. But in case you want it, we do sell these at BoQ. We have all of the colors in the bottles. So if you need more, we do sell these. They're $2.59 each. And we have all of your colors. I'm going to have a pretzel while I'm waiting on Marina.
And I think I did it. All right. Nope, I missed one part.
You're good. Don't hurry. You're good.
Well, the fun part is it's only two pencils, two brushes. Oh my god. We're using. So
Yeah, you really could do all of the work with one brush. It's not difficult. All right, and I'm going to use the tiniest little bit of yellow, and I'm using Bright Yellow by Craft Smart. These are all like primary colors that we're doing. I'm going to grab my yellow here, and you see this part right here in the middle? This is what we're painting black. So if I go around the eyeball with this brush, and again, it doesn't matter if you go over the lines, it'll be fine. And we're painting this part yellow, so he has yellow eyes. And I can't stress enough that if you paint over those lines, it'll be so much easier for you. Like, go ahead and just paint it over. It'll be fine. Just like that. Marina, I forgot to paint his nose. His nose has to be green too. So I'll let you use this brush to paint yours green because I forgot his little nose there. Okay.
Nosy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a bright yellow.
Yeah. His eyes are bright yellow. How does that go?
There you go.
Perfect. Marina, did you know
What?
that you should never store your paintbrushes in water, tip down, nor should you store your paintbrushes like that. Your paintbrushes should always be stored butt in down, brush tip up. It is not good for your paintbrushes to sit in water. So once you rinse out your brush and then you dry it out, you should always rinse them out, dry them with a cloth, and make them flat and store them up and down like that. Did you know that?
No, I love that. I do that part until there, and later have those matte dishes and put it in there.
Oh, you can do that, but just make sure that after you rinse the water out that you do like that, and that will flatten your bristles for the next time you go to use your brush. It'll be all nice and flat, and then it also keeps the water from seeping down inside of here, which is where the bristles usually break from, is right down here. That's how my paintbrush is coming apart over here on this one, because it got stored in water and it loosened up the glue that holds the paintbrush. So, little FYI about storing your paintbrushes. That was just to give us a little bit of time to let this dry.
Got it.
Okay. So, all right. My red part up here is dry. Is yours?
Yeah, and my finger in it.
And your finger in it? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to flip this around and show you why I was not concerned at all about how my paint was coming out. Bokeh Creation sells acrylic paint markers. This is a Transcend dual tip paint marker. It is black, which means dual tip means that it's got a brush end and it's got a fine tip end. And that fine tip end is going to help us here in a minute when we are going around the Grinch. So Marina, you want to make sure that where you're painting over your black is completely dry. So I'm looking at yours and you are all dry around the edges. So we're good to start up here at the top. So flip your Grinch around so that you can work on this area and take your black paint marker. If you don't have a paint marker, you can use a tiny little brush like this, but the paint marker makes such fast work of this. So go ahead and open up your paint marker with the black brush. And we have these in white and black. Now, do you see this line right here that I said, don't worry if you paint over it?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? We're going to grab this brush and we are just going to color right inside of that line. Look how beautiful that finishes it off. See? I told you you didn't have to worry about these lines because one, they show up underneath the paint, but two, it gives you that balance right here. See? You just want to make sure that nothing that you're going over with your brush is still wet, because it'll paint the end of your brush. Look at that. Look how stunning that just finishes up.
It really pops.
It does, doesn't it? See? Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And so I'm just going to go all inside of these lines that look like this. And I just go zoop, zoop. And if it doesn't look perfect, or you have a little area like right here where I messed up a little bit, I'm just going to make my black line a little bit thicker. Nobody will ever know that I messed up. See that? And this marker brush just makes it so much easier. Look at that. I'm going to go around my hat, Bali, because this part right here I know is dry because we painted it first. And you just keep painting it. And I just do exactly what you're doing, Marina. I take the tip of my marker and I go inside of these little peaks and points first. And then I can take the brush and even it up on the outside. Look at that. Look how stunning that makes that little thing look. Did I start with a wooden piece? Yes, Anne. This is a wooden piece that we make on the laser. And there are 6 different signs and they look like this. So we are actually doing the Grinch was here, but we do have 6 other signs. Isn't that cool? So all we're going to do is just do like this. And just keep painting everywhere that we know the paint is dry. On my Grinch here, I know I can come down in his face there. Anywhere those lines are. Remember I said we were going to paint his eyebrows black?
Yeah.
Well, this is why I told you that. So just be sure that when you get to the eyes, which we're not there yet, make sure you don't paint over anything that's not dry yet.
Yeah, and my eyes are still like wet.
Yeah. So is my green right there a little bit. So I may have to stop for a minute because we're getting now into the green where we know it's still dry. We could grab our little heat tool and dry it if we want to, but we can assemble some of the other pieces while we're waiting for this to dry. So I am not too concerned. I know that we painted this white a long time ago. It was one of the first things that we painted. So I know that I can go ahead and safely do the white part.
For this part, you need a lot of patience.
You think? I think it's easy drawing with the marker.
I'm a perfectionist.
Oh, gotcha.
I want it to be perfect. Because I don't know why. That's my...
I think we all
my
kind of
thing.
want to do the best job that we can, and I think that's why it ends up. Now, these little tiny areas, like right here, between his brows, you can either do one of 2 things. You can go with the very tip of the paintbrush up and down, or you can take the back part of the marker, which is the smaller tip, and then just kind of draw it in.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing for the size of the head thingy.
Okay. See, I don't even worry because he's a Grinch and he's going to have some gnarly little eyebrow, looking. There we go. See his little wrinkles? He's got a lot of wrinkles.
That make the evil laughing
Yeah.
smile.
Yeah, that gives him his evil little Grinchy look. So I use the little tip of the marker to kind of come in here and do this little bit like so. And I go right along the edges of these lines. They're already scored onto the wood for you. So you don't have to worry about. Could I show the patterns again? You weren't looking. Absolutely. They are on our website. So you can just go to GRINCH Door Sign at BoQCreations.com and you can choose one or all of these. And then we will ship them to you. They are DIY. They do come with the paints. So you don't have to worry about what kind or color you need. It's already included for your sign. You will need to pick up one of these black acrylic paint markers, or else you'll have to paint it black. You can use a Sharpie as well. Once it dries, you could use a Sharpie if you wanted to. But these acrylic paint markers just make it look so much more vivid. And I think the little Grinch guy just really pops out. What do you think, Marina? You can see this side as opposed to that side. Look at that. Doesn't it just look so much different when you're putting that black around it?
Yeah. It looks so different compared with how it used to. It's
Yep.
like,
that's why I said don't worry about whether or not you're painting over the lines, because I have a trick that's going to make it so much easier for you to kind of have him look amazing. And then just anything on the edge that looks like it needs some attention.
so if you do the marker, you're not able to paint again with a painter.
If you do the marker,
Uh-huh.
sure, you can paint over it again.
Oh.
I mean, I wouldn't, but you could, because this is just acrylic paint. If you're using the permanent marker, you probably won't be able to. But this is acrylic paint, so. There is a black and white marker in your Pagathar marker sets that we carry. So if you've purchased those sets from us, this will give you a chance to use those markers. In the 72 set, there is also a Grinch green color that works really, really well. But if you don't have the set, that's okay. We're trying to give you an easier way to do this. Look at that. Doesn't he already look phenomenal?
It look greenish.
Yeah, he's starting to have his little Grinch look. Now I'm getting ready to do his eyebrows, Marina, and I want you to look. I'm taking the tip of my marker and I'm outlining the inside of the eye, right? Not the outer edge. I'm taking that little tiny part and I'm just going right along my lines on the inside. The reason I'm doing it on the inside is because with no paint under here, the marker is going to spread. So I want to make sure I go from the outside in, so that way if it spreads, it bleeds into the eye and not into your green paint above him. Okay, so just kind of remember that when you're painting him. And then when you get to the iris right here, this part is going to be black. So go ahead and paint around his eye and then encircle that white dot right there, but don't color it in.
Okay.
Okay. And then the rest of this will be bold and black. Just kind of outline this. There you go. The neat thing is even if you don't have a steady hand, it's all right, because he's going to have wrinkles on his face and none of them are going to be perfect, right? So if it's not steady, it's okay. I know some of you say, I don't have the patience to sit there and paint this and, but that's okay because he's a Grinch. He's supposed to have a gnarly look on his face. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at how much his eye just popped. Woo. Look at his eye. He's like got eye makeup on now. Look
Oh my
at the
God.
difference. I know, right? Look at the difference.
It looked like I have a makeup over. I have a over makeup thingy.
And I was just checking on that yesterday. It's funny that you mentioned that. I was going to see if she had that design. She was supposed to have it last year, but I'm going to see if it's up yet. We may have to just go with something that looks like it. Look at that. I love once you put the final touch on this thing, he just absolutely shows up so beautifully. Hello. Hey, I'm good. Can I call you back? No, I was going to say I'm on a live broadcast. Can I call you back in a few minutes? Okay. All right. Bye. Friend Julia. There we go. Now you can see just how quickly that you get this paint down and then you color it with a marker and your Grinch, his whole face just lights up. Now, when you go around his nose, just make sure that you stay right inside of that little score line that you have on your wood, and then just gently, carefully color that in. If you go outside the line, I think it'll be just fine. Look at that. Look at how he's coming to life, you guys. I love this. I love it. I know I was thinking, and wow, how cool for her to get that puzzle ready just in time for next Christmas. We've been waiting on this artist that we follow to do a Great Dane puzzle, and we asked her about it last year. And so I thought, well, I'm going to look and see if she got it ready yet, because she hasn't done it yet. Put it in the computer for this year. So how appropriate. We ordered it a year ago.
Wow.
We make dog puzzles, but according to the breed of your dog. So, or your cat. There we go. And all of this is going to be black in here, so I'm not even concerned about.
Wow.
I know. Doesn't it make a difference? He is so awesome. Did you think it was going to look like that, Marina?
No.
Did you think, oh my gosh, how are we going to make this guy stand out?
I was like, how are you able to do the black one?
Am I really going to have to sit there and paint in every little bit of black? No, you don't have to. One of these markers makes it perfect. But if you have a Sharpie will work as well, because we just need it to be black. And if you don't have a Sharpie and you just want to sit here and paint it with a tiny little black paintbrush and black paint, well, then you just knock yourself out. I'm all about working smarter, not harder. There we go. There we go. And I'm putting the finishing touches on those eyes. Look at that. Oh, he is so beautiful. Grinch, you are so gorgeous. I love you. The reason I didn't paint this up here was because the green paint was still a little bit wet. So I didn't want to go into that wet paint. But it looks as though it has kind of dried. So I can paint right over top of it. Oh my goodness, Marina, yours is coming out so cute. He looks so good.
I tried to do one. You said to do one side so they can disperse in the other section.
Yeah. You see what I mean about it spreading?
Yeah.
Yeah. When it's naked wood like that, it just kind of spreads into the other paint. But if you paint it, it just stays right where you want it to get put. So around the eyes, because the eyes are not painted, it can bleed a little bit. You just want to make sure that you compensate for that by going into instead of away from. I'm going to go straight down his face right there. Do his little happy smile. Look at that. I love it. And now, like, he looks good right now, but wait until I put his smile in. Look at him, Marina. Look at,
Sure,
can you
more.
see it on camera?
Yeah, I can
Do
see
you
it.
you see how like you can't hardly see that? Now
Yeah.
wait to see what happens. I'm going to do half of his face. I'm going to do this half with the marker and it's going to just pop. It's almost like he comes to life when you add this black on here. Almost as if he's saying, "You're a mean one." Does he say anything? Does the Grinch say anything?
The old cartoon and the song, yeah, a little bit, but the new one, it talks a lot.
Look at the difference between that and the other side. I just think it
look.
Isn't that incredible?
You're able to see it, the difference. One with the
Yeah.
paint in it and the other one
Yeah.
not.
I mean, not that he doesn't look good before you put the black on, because he does, but I love once you put the black touch on there. And we're going to do a couple more things with him to make him kind of a little more saucy. But I love, love, love how he's turning out. Just carefully follow that line, dragging your marker tip across it, and you will be just fine. Look at that. Okay. Now I could leave him just as he is right now, but I'm not going to. I'm going to take, and I'm going to show you again one side or the other. Do you see the little bit of white gesso that we have here?
Yeah.
And this tiny little paintbrush? Watch what happens when you go from this, which is gorgeous all of its own, just leaving those little white dots alone and coloring around them. But watch what happens on here when you add that little white dot. Look at how different that makes that Grinch look.
Yep, you can see it.
Just from adding that little tiny bit of white right there. It just makes him stand out. Gonna add a little scowl across his face right there. Of course, that's not there. That's just artist license, which you can take the ability to do that. And if I find, like right here, I have this tiny little area, just the tiniest little area here that my black marker did not cover, and I accidentally went into the white paint. So I'm going to fix that with my brush. I'm going to look around to see on here if there are any more spaces that still need black, like right here. I can see my green, just not the sides, but make sure it's on the top. Meaning, you know, if it's green on the side, you don't have to worry about it. You just want to make sure it's not green on the front part. Make sure you have all of your lines covered. And I'm just making sure that I have everybody playing nicely. Marina, you're concentrating over there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just making sure that I don't have any white poking out anywhere or red poking out anywhere. And if I need to go back in with my paintbrush, I will, because I see right there, there's an area where I undershot my red. And I want to make sure that I get everything and it looks nice to me. because after all, it is handmade. Let me take a little bit of our red right here because I have one little tiny area right here in the hat where I'm just not satisfied that the paint went all the way to the edge. And I could cover it with my black marker, but I feel like it's going to be a lot of black right there. So I just want to take this tiniest of little paintbrushes and add that red in right there so I can be satisfied with it. Because again, it's all about what you want to do with yours, not what I'm doing with mine. I want you to be creative. Okay. Look at how beautiful he looks. I just can't even get over it. Beautiful. I see ever so slight spot right here where I didn't quite blend in enough of the green. Maybe I should have thought of that before I started doing my black, but that's okay. Better late than never. And again, you could sit here and pick this apart all day long, but we're not going to do that because it is handmade and it is a door sign that's going to hang on the door. Nobody's going to be, you know, looking at you going, how come this looks like that? Well, because that's how I made it. That's why. And I'm going to put his just a little second coat right here because I went real light on my paint and I can see the wood underneath. So I just want to add a little blush from his cheeks, which is green blush, but that's okay. And anywhere I might have touched it. Okay, he's done for me. All right, so I'm going to let you focus on that for just 1 second, and I'm going to go get some glossy accents. Have you ever heard of that, Marina?
Shiny?
Glossy, yeah. And I put that, and I'm going to get some red glitter. Maybe some green and red glitter. Yeah?
Ooh, that sounds fantastic.
I know. Those of you that are joining us out here in YouTube land, Marina is just finishing hers up. I'm going to take, this is Glossy Accents by Ranger. I'll make sure it works. Yeah. All right. Are we finished with all of our paints?
I think so.
You might want to take that tiniest of little brush right here along here with it. Yep. That's the one you want to use.
It has some green and some red I need to do.
Just remember that people are not going to see it as the way you're seeing it right now. Okay? So don't give yourself too hard of a time for having little spots. Okay? All right. I want to put some glitter on his hat right here. I can't decide if I want to do glitter on the red or if I want to do glitter on the white. What do you think, Marina?
Normally, traditionally, it's always the white one. They always get the glitter.
Yeah, but what if he wants to have a glittery red hat?
Exactly.
So do you want to do white or red?
I prefer red.
You're going to do the red glitter?
I will do the red glitter.
Okay, I'll do the white glitter then. Okay, so how I'm going to do that, this is very simple. My art glitter glue or the BoQ craft glue, whichever one you prefer, all you need to do is just take your glue and just kind of squirt it along the edge just below the band or the black that you painted. And remember, if there's glue there, whether you wiped it off or not, glitter is going to stick to it. Okay, so just be careful as you're painting your glue around the edges here that you don't get it where you don't want it. Okay, so I'm going to come in here and go around my little guy, and then I'm going to go in here. I'm going to end up taking a paintbrush and distributing this, but I just wanted to show you how you need to be extremely careful, because where there's glue, there's going to be glitter. And that's only if you want. You could use glitter glue if you want to, like Stickles or, you know, whatever. And I'm just going to take this brush that I have right here. It's kind of a flat angled brush. And I'm just going to smooth out those lines. Just make sure that you have all of your paint out of the brush, because I just got some green on here because this was a brush I'd used for the green. So I'm just going to take and smooth out into the hat some of these lines, just so I don't have, you know, a line of glue. And you want to work kind of fast, because as I'm seeing right here, this is already drying. So I'm just smoothing out those little lines with my paintbrush to make sure there's not big globs. Okay. And then I'm going to put a paper towel down because I don't want all this glitter everywhere. You know me and the glitter. And this is Angel Dust by Art Glitter. And I am just going to sprinkle it on to my white area. Just like that. I'm not going to worry about it for a second. I need to get my paintbrush. I don't know what it is. There it is. And I need to smooth out my white as well, because I don't want any globby lines. And I'm just kind of tapping that with my paintbrush so that I don't have any big globs. And then I can put my glitter on there and just watch how this looks. How adorable. So then you just do like that. And now you have glitter all over. Can you guys see that? Can y'all see that? You guys can't see that glitter. I don't think the camera's picking it up.
No.
Doggone it. It is really, Marina can attest that it's really glittery.
It's a lot of glitter.
So there you go. So that has the glitter all over the hat. I promise you it's there. Let's see if the camera will focus. Oh, there you go. You can just see it on the ball of the hat. How cool is that? All right, so I'm going to put this white glitter back in my dish. I've got it on this paper towel, so put it back in the container. There we go. Dispose of that properly. You don't think the Grinch wants to be called cute? Well, he's adorkable, Anne. All right, very good, Marina. Now go ahead and get your, sprinkle your glue on there. Give a nice heavy, try to just keep it on the red. Yeah, try to just keep it on the red so that way, because if there's any paint that's still wet, it will stick to the paint as well. So,
Let's see.
Yep, especially with the colored glitter, because the colored glitter will show up more than the white glitter will. You know what I mean? Beautiful. All right, now tip them up, and then we'll let it go this way, so that way it doesn't fall back across his face. And then tap it on the paper towel, like tap the whole sign. There you go.
There you go.
Look how cute. See, you can see your glitter. He's all sparkly. He's wearing a glittery hat. You did a good job spreading that glue, Marina. It looks good.
Yeah?
It's really good. Yep. I like it. I like having these edges right here where it's just below because it makes that glitter like stand out. Look at how beautiful. Very, very nice. Do you need help?
It's just falling off.
It's still falling out? Okay. It's not one of those things that if, you know, we get every piece back in the container, it's going to hurt anything if we don't. That's why we have a paper towel. So we don't get glitter everywhere. All right. Now, the only other thing I want to do to his face, you can take him. He's yours. You can have him. The only other thing that, absolutely, Bobby, you could use flocking the same way. Just remember with flocking, because Bobby asked, that's cute. How would the flocking work? The only difference with the flocking is that you're going to need to spread that glue really, really well because the glitter is forgiving. The flocking, you're going to see every last little flaw or line on the glue.
Really?
Yeah, really. Because the flocking picks up more detail than the glitter does. All right, so I'm going to take my glossy accents and I'm just going to trace around his eyeball with the tip of my glossy accents. And then I'm going to come back in and fill it in. And what this is going to do is this is going to make his eyeballs shiny yellow.
And why you have the green glitter?
Because I wasn't sure if we were going to put any green glitter on there. We might. I don't know. What, you know, if we decide that we would like to have some green glitter, then we might put some on there. But if we don't, then guess what? We're already ready. I don't have to go back in there. All right. So you can see where I have used the nozzle of the bottle to spread that glossy accents. It doesn't have to be thick. It just has to be on there. See that? And so his eyes will look glassy. Yes, it would, Bobby. I'm not sure if I have the color flocking for the green, the Grinch. I don't know what that would look like. So we are all done with his little face here after you put your glossy accents on the face. So we're going to set that aside and let that kind of dry a little bit. I'm going to bring back in my snowflakes because I think I would like to make my snowflakes glittery. What do you think, Marina?
Oh, yes.
Glitter up the snowflakes?
Oh, yeah.
She said, oh, yes. Okay. Make sure there is no red glitter on the table when you paint your snowflakes. Because if you do, there went my pen from my bottle. Oh, well, it's underneath the table. Because if you do, then there's going to be red glitter in your snowflakes. So you've already painted them white. And guess what? We are going to do the same thing with our art glitter glue that we just did with our Grinch. We're going to coat our snowflakes. And I'm just going to give all of those little arms of the snowflake, I guess you'd call them. I don't even know what they'd be called. And instead of using a paintbrush this time, I'm going to use my finger because I want this whole snowflake to be glittery. And so the only way that I can do that and still manage to get rid of the lines is to take my finger and just tap that glue all over the snowflake, and that'll spread it out enough for you to glitterize it. Okay. Here's my angel dust. I'm going to do it over the cap. That way it falls into the cap. This is a microfine glitter. Look at that. Oh my hell, that is so cute. Oh, that is absolutely stunning. Look at that.
Wow.
You see how it spreads out so much easier with your finger? since you're wanting to cover the whole thing. It ensures that you get all the places.
All the detail places.
Yep. And this is going to look really super cool too with our natural background, because all of this detail that we're putting on it is going to go onto a natural background. So it's going to just pop. I'm just going to turn mine over like that and plop it down into the little glitter pile that's right there. Look at how gorgeous that snowflake is. Oh my goodness.
They dry fast.
Yeah, it does dry fast. A paper towel just ensures that the glitter doesn't get everywhere, because I assure you it is there. Okay, so I'm just, again, on my last little snowflake, tapping my glue around so I can, oh, get back here. So I can make sure it wants to go live at Marina's place. I'm going to borrow your lid.
It can be a toy for my cat.
And since I have that little pile of glitter right there inside of that jar, I can just tap that in there. And now all three of my snowflakes are glitterized. Could I have used glitter glue? Yes, I could have. But I feel like the glitter is thicker if you put it on yourself, because, you know, it tends to go where the glue goes instead of the glue being there with a little bit of glitter. How's it looking?
So.
So. Well, you're getting all in there with your fingers and everything, huh?
But that's why I say so.
Okay.
Oh, this one's stuck. I still missing one. No, I still missed. Oops.
You can put it in there and sprinkle it. All right. So I was thinking, I have this gorgeous Grinch green. And I don't know what you think. I was thinking about doing my Grinch letters, or maybe the G or the I.
I was imagining first how only with a G.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking about just making like one little accent.
Or make like one, no, yes, no, yes, no. It can be like that too.
Or you could do the whole word.
Or the whole world, yeah. So I was trying to first start with a G, and from there and see if I like it or not.
Oh, okay. So YouTube land, what do you think? Should we glitter any part of the Grinch words here with the Grinch green? It is a little bit of a different color green than the other green. I mean, why don't I just go ahead and do the little I? Because if we decide not to do that, I can still make an I without a dot.
Yeah.
So why don't we do that and see what it looks like? What do you think? With that green color, so that way we can kind of see what it's going to look like. I don't know. I have no clue. But we'll see. And if we like it, great. If we don't, at least we didn't put glue all over everything, right? Okay.
Because I was thinking maybe the hands of the Grinch can be with the glitter.
Oh, we forgot to paint the hands, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yes, we did. Okay, well.
We can do the hands
still
with
have
glitter.
Let's see what this looks like after we get done, and then we'll paint the hands, because I totally forgot about the hands. Thank you. All right, we'll see that in a minute. The hands are the same principle as what we did before with the green. It is just simply painting all of the whole hand with the Grinch green, and then you're going to go around it with the black, just like we did the face. It is a good thing that you said something because I would have forgotten to do his hands until we put them together. So yeah, at least we have a little puddle of green here. So his little hands, we're going to paint these all over. Don't worry about those lines because now you know why, right? It doesn't bother you to paint over the lines anymore, does it?
Nope.
Marina, knowing that you're going to,
I'm going to do
knowing
it.
you're going to have black and be able to use the black right over top of it.
Yep, I'm painting all over.
That's right. Just paint it all over. Then you don't have to worry about it.
Getting out of the margin.
We should like make him have painted pink fingernails or something. He could have glittery fingernails like mine. Anne's like, I don't think so.
Ooh,
Don't-
like with the weekend.
Don't disgrace the Grinch by painting his nails. All right, so at least those could get drying.
We really forgot about it.
We did, but it's okay. We're having fun embellishing our little snowflakes and stuff. So that's what happens when you're having too much fun, Marina.
I was like, I was thinking the hands were the glitter.
Wait a minute. What about his hands? I'm going to wipe all this glitter off because it's making me crazy. You guys know I love, well, those that don't know me, if you're new to my channel, I love glitter. I love glitter on my hands. I have sensory issues with. Okay, so let's start building our Grinch because we're getting to that point where embellishing it, you know, we could actually put a little bit of glitter on the snow. Do you want to do a little bit on the edges of the snow? With the, because this is going to be the snow.
No, it can be like the dropping.
Yeah,
dropping.
That's what the dropping, she says. That's what I was thinking. Kind of like this. And then what I'll do is smooth it up with my finger. See how I'm kind of just doing like this? I think it's going to make it look more icy. And I'm just going to take my finger and I'm just going to spread that up like that. Because remember, wherever there's glue, the glitter is going to stick.
But
Okay.
you're going to need paper.
Yes.
This is white paper.
Okay. I'll take it.
This is with the white
With the
glitter.
white glitter?
Yeah.
Okay. And then we're going to just take that little bit of angel dust. You can use thicker glitter if you want to, but I'm just going to, oh, I hate this. This makes me nuts. I'm just going to sprinkle that glitter onto there. I guess I could do that. It's right on the paper towel, right?
Yeah.
I'm just trying not to waste a lot of it. So, okay. So there we have it on our
Glitter.
See that? See how it just sparkles? It just sparkles. Yes. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to kind of go around this edge just to give it some glue here. And then I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to smooth it out. Your finger tools are the best tool, guys. You could use a brush, but the best tool is your fingers. And just kind of go up, like distress in an upward position, because what that'll do is it'll make it thicker where the dot was, but not so thick that it. And then we're just going to sprinkle some some glitter right across the top of here. And when that glue dries, it will be sparkly. And you know what, Marina? I decided I'm going to actually do the top up here and the side just because it looks weird where it stops. So I'm just going to tap that with my finger, and that just gets rid of the lines and makes it look a little less rigid, if I can say that word. I'm going to use what I have here. Just tap it in. There we go. You don't have to embellish yours if you don't want to. You can just put it together, which is what we're going to do next. And if you want to, great. But if you don't, it's fine too. I think it all is beautiful no matter what.
I have my finger. One finger is for glue. The other finger is glitter. The easy way.
Yes. I wish you guys could see Marina. She's gluing and tapping, gluing and tapping, gluing and tapping.
Glitter.
Yeah. She's like, there's my glitter. All right. Getting rid of that. Ugh, before it's a mess.
Well, the fine glitter is not that bad compared with a normal glitter.
Yeah, the normal glitter is a little more because this just feels like, I don't know, dirt or something. It doesn't feel like gross. All right. So while Marina is finishing her glitter, I'm just going to come in here with my black marker and do my outline around. There's a lot of black in this particular one, but that's okay because it makes the pieces pop. See that? So I'm using the tip of my marker to get into those small places, and then I'll go in with the big brush part of the marker and fill it in. That way my work is done easier for me. What do you guys think? Do you like it? Do you think this is a cool project? Probably don't need me to show you how to do it. This was probably something that was pretty intuitive yourself, but you know, it's always fun when you paint with somebody else. Right, Marina?
I like it when it's social.
Yeah, I like having the
virtual social.
Yeah. Because we're laughing and carrying on and having a good time and asking each other questions. And to me, that's kind of what crafting is all about, is community. I love the fact that we have an amazing community here at BOQ. I love the fact that you came down here on a Sunday to do this with me.
I wasn't here for Saturday. I have my candlelight thing.
Look at that. Gorgeous. Still a little bit wet right there on that side. So I'm going to concentrate on this side. Look at that. My. I know the Grinch would roll over in his grave right now.
Who, the owner, the
Grinch.
creator, or the Grinch?
The Grinch. He'd be like, why are you painting my fingernails? They're supposed to be claws. Right? Do you think he has claws?
No, I think I'm still like the Grinch that Jim Carrey did. So
I like the Jim Carrey Grinch.
I don't think it's claw. You know, the claw.
I like when he did like this with his fingers. Like this, and his fingers were like this long.
That was amazing.
Yeah. He did good as the Grinch. I don't think they could have found anyone else that would have done the Grinch. Oh, beautiful. Let me show it under the camera. Marina went with a thicker edge, which is gorgeous too. And you just achieved that by adding more glue.
Yep.
I used a tiny bit of glue to make mine, and she did hers a thicker line. So nothing is wrong with that. You do you, boo.
Well, still, the glue is still wet, so.
Whatever you guys choose to do with your sign, it will be amazing. I promise. All right, so there we go. There's his little sclaws or whatever we're going to call it.
The fluffiness.
Yep. Okay, now putting this guy together is not difficult. You start with your back sign, the one that we said don't paint. And remember that there are 2 holes up here at the top. Please make sure that you assure that these holes are pointing up, because that's where our string is going to be. And you don't want your sign to be lopsided when you start gluing these pieces down. So this guy is simply going to go right here, making sure that you're not obstructing the holes there. He looks great. Perfect. You see he goes right to the edge. The cool thing about this sign is that you do not need any kind of special glue. You just use your regular art glitter or barely art glue, and that is going to be all you need to put these together. You don't need to buy wood glue or anything of that nature, because this glue is going to do fine. I am going to take the tip off of this though, because it will be easier to squeeze out, put these two together if we don't have that fine tip on it. So I'm going to go around the edges first because I want to make sure my edges.
Question.
Yes.
If you don't have that glue, can you use that the silicone glue?
You can use any kind of glue that will work on wood.
Okay.
Art glitter and Barely Art just happen to be what we typically have in our stash. So we don't want to, we don't want people going out buying new glue to do this sign because it will work. All right. So I'm going to glue him down all the way to the bottom. And it will slide around for a minute. So if you need to adjust to make it happen. Now I prefer to put binder clips or some sort of clip on mine, but it doesn't seem like we need to do that because it's grabbing instantly. So I like that. Just going to give it a second so that it doesn't move. And so far we've got layer number 1 put down. And if you follow this outline, you know exactly where everything goes. Look, there's his claws. There's his face. So, you've got it. So the next piece that we're going to put on is this one with the snow. Okay, so you can see it layers right on top of that other piece. See? You just flip it over. You take your glue, go around the edges just like we did before. And I'm very liberal with my glue because that is all that is holding this sign together is the glue. So you want to make sure that you line it up, put some glue on it, line it up, and as soon as you get it stuck together, it will start adhering immediately. So you don't have to worry. And I'm just pressing it down just to assure that it's getting a good contact with the piece underneath it. Look at this, guys. It took more time to paint it than it does to put it together. It is not hard. Now, I have a secret when it comes to putting the letters together. Okay? Grab your letters. Put your letters, dry fit your letters first. Okay? Because when you dry fit your letters first, you will know where they all go and that they're spelled correctly. So GRINCH. Okay, Grinch. So I want these to fit up into here. Just like that. Now I'm going to show you that green glitter just so, because we wanted to see what it looks like. Marina, what do you think?
Yes.
You like it with the green?
No.
No? Okay. So see, that's why I was like, well, if we don't like it, we can just remove it and we have an eye.
Maybe the hands. I would do my hands with green.
You would do the hands with green?
Oh,
I don't want to paint his fingernails. I think people would have a conniption if we painted the Grinch's fingernails. So all you do then is just take your...
You can say it was a fair glitter.
So I'm just putting glue on the back of my letters after I've kind of dry fit them onto my sign here. Just one at a time, adhere them. Everything fits. WAS. Now this is the part where you want to make sure that your words fit because you know the Grinch goes up at the top and you see that it kind of fits in that sign and it's wonky. The letters are wonky. That is totally okay. And I'm going to put WAS for was. Oh. Be careful, it comes out fast. Let's see. I think that's cute. It says Grinch was here. Okay. I'm going to start from the bottom with the here because I want to make sure that I have enough room. So there's my H and he's right down at the very, very bottom of that sign. E R. The word he here is at the very, very bottom, kind of following the curvature of the sign. And then we're going to put the WAS and then everything will be ready to glue the rest of it in place. You notice that the last thing I'm doing is his face. The Grinch was here. You remember how in high school, well, probably wasn't high school, junior high school, you know, you said so-and-so was here, team was here,
Yeah.
whatever, you know. I think it's kind of cool that it says the Grinch was here, like he was the school kid in the schoolyard. Gorgeous. All right. Now you will see that he has swollen arthritic knuckles. So there is a specific way that the things have to fit on the sign. See what I'm talking about? Like this only fits here. I may have painted two wrong ones. Unless you have two wrong ones.
I don't know.
I painted the wrong side, I think. No, it couldn't have been because there wasn't a score. It's fine. It still gets the job done. Just gonna glue that right on top of there. Glue this one right on top of there. It takes less time to put it together than it does to paint it and look at that. Like, oh my gosh. He is starting to look adorable. Now, let's get your face in here. Be careful. The glossy accents still may not be dry. So you want to make sure that you put your glue on this part just because we're not sure that his eyes are dry and I don't want to stick my fingers in his glossy accents. Move this down just a little bit. And I'm going to take his little face there and he lines up right even with all of those things. And oh my gosh, Marina, look how cute. I'm so excited. Look at that. Oh my gosh, he looks so adorable. And he comes together so quickly. You see that there are spaces here and here. Those are for your snowflakes. So I get so excited when things work out, you know, like you just can't help it. But look at that face. I mean, seriously. How can you not get excited about that?
Who doesn't love this Grinch?
Right? He's a mean one, Mr. Grinch. He really is a heel.
I never learned all those letters.
I don't either. I don't even know what the words are. Something about a greasy black heel. Keita says he's so cute. I know, Keita. Doesn't he just, like, his whole face just came together all at once. I'm so excited about that. He is just absolutely adorkable.
Grinchable.
Look at that. I'm going to put my snowflake there. By the way, guys, these signs are available online. If you go to BoQCreations.com and just search the word Grinch, you can still get one of these signs. They are available. You can purchase them. We'll have them ready, or we'll ship them out to you. Either way, you get the paint and the sign. So if you guys are loving this video and you want to get a very own Grinch sign of your own to hang on the door and embellish, BoQCreations.com is where you will find them.
That's where I got it.
Marina, you were the first one that signed up for one. She's like, I am not missing this. I have been waiting for this class
Grinch.
for all season.
A Grinchy. Nobody can say no for the Grinch.
Merry GRIncHMAS.
Yep.
Oh, Marina. Oh my God, that's adorable. You guys, I wish you could see Marina's. Let me move it. Have you glued all yours down yet?
No,
Except for the words?
I said the words of the hands.
Okay. Oh, you guys. Look at him. I can't. Could the wood stars be stickled? Yes, Bobby. They all can. Anyone. I did put some glitter on them. So, but yes, you could use stickles if you wanted to. You just can't see my glitter on here. But this is glittered white. This is glittered, and the stars are glittered, as well as down here. You can see it in person, but you can't see it on the camera. But yes, you could put stickles. You could put, like, if you wanted this to be whatever color, green or color that you want, you absolutely could do that.
Well, mine's still missing the letters, but still. Look at her girl.
Yep, push it into the camera so they can see.
Missing the letters.
Look at how cute Marina's looks, guys.
Missing letters.
Yes.
And snowflakes.
I just want to compare both of them side by side because we both did this together at the same exact time. And look how different each one of these is, just depending on what you choose to do yourself. You know what I'm saying? We both did something completely different. She did the red glitter on the hat. I did the white glitter on there. But they all came out beautifully different. And it's okay. It's just so cute. So I thank you all so much for joining us. If you have any other questions, comments, or concerns, let me know. We're so glad you joined us today for our YouTube Live. I almost said Facebook. Our YouTube Live. Remember, we do have the acrylic paint markers here, which makes this black so much easier to do. And if you are interested in one of these signs, BoQCreations.com. We have 6 different signs that you can get. Ho, 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 Merry Christmas, hi. This one's one of my favorites. I did him with a little bow tie that was glittered, and he came out really adorable. So Grinch was here, which is the one that we're doing today. This one says hi, and it just has a little, this must be a lady Grinch because she's got lipstick on. So she must be a lady Grinch. So if you would like any of these signs, BoQCreations.com is the address. That's what our 6 options are. And that's what we did today, which was the Grinch was here. This one's going to go in my window. I love it. Love it. Love it. Does Diana know about these? I know. And I think she'd have every one of them if she does. So, I'm actually going to put, I think, little jewels inside of my little snowflakes here, Marina. What do you think?
Oh, yes.
Like we could bedazzle it with some little jewels. So we're going to go play with our signs and finish up. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. BoQCreations.com, 6 different signs that you can choose from. The paints come with it. for you guys to paint your signs. And now that you know how to do it, I hope you will go forth and Grinchify your front door or your door. All right, guys, have a great, great day. And we are going to go zhuzh up our signs. See you guys later. Have a wonderful day. Marina, thank you for joining me today.
No worries.
All right, guys, have a great day.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.